Hey y'all, so my name is Yecca. I'm a carnivore coach and I'm here with Bella and she's going to share our success story or her success story today. So before you started carnivore, what issues did you have and what brought you to the carnivore diet?
Before I was carnivore, I was a high carb, low fat vegan for 6 years. And I started having a lot of negative symptoms by even the second year of veganism. But I just, for some reason, truly believed that veganism was the best diet. I was just kind of delusional and a little bit stubborn, I would say. And I really just mostly wanted to lose weight and be able to eat as much as I can without having to worry about gaining weight, especially in high school, because that's when I first started. As a girl, you care a lot about your body image. And since I am a musician, I'm always on stage. I have to feel confident in my own skin. And I felt like I needed to control my diet. And I thought veganism was the way. So you asked, how did I start carnivore or how did I find out about it?
Yeah.
So by the 5th and 6th year of veganism, I was just feeling my lowest in health, in mood, in mental clarity and focus, in overall happiness. And I was having dreams about wanting to eat eggs. I would just dream about myself eating eggs and meat. So I knew that my body was craving it. And then I came across YouTube videos. So I always just browse on YouTube. And I think one day I just came across the podcast with Joe Rogan, his many podcasts about the carnivore diet. And then I came across Frank Tufano's YouTube channel, and as well as Health Coach Kate. So I just watched all of these YouTube videos, binge watched all of them. And I was really convinced that, carnivore diet is probably something I should try. And I also saw a lot of ex-vegan stories. So that's how I started.
Awesome. And so what kind of foods, what did you start eating? What were you eating and how much were you eating?
So I started my first carnivore meal with scrambled eggs, pasture raised. I found the best quality I could, and scrambled with butter. Ghee, actually, ghee, because I was afraid I might be intolerant to dairy. And the next day I started incorporating ground beef.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And so I know now you eat mostly steak, right?
Yes. So I literally just eat steak and butter every day. If I'm in the mood for something else, I'll incorporate salmon or bone broth.
Okay, yeah, and you eat a lot of food too, right? You do
Yes.
one meal a day, 3 or 4 pounds of
Right.
meat sitting.
Yes.
Wow,
So
that's
far,
awesome.
So I've been carnivore pretty much just a year now. My first 6 months, I definitely did not do one meal a day. I did 2 meals a day, sometimes 3 meals a day. And I feel like that's very important. You shouldn't force your body to do one meal a day. But now I've worked up to it, and I feel like my appetite is big enough to fit all those calories in one sitting. Yes.
So did you have any issues when you first started carnivore?
Yes. So I definitely feel like because my body was so used to zero fat and such high carb, when I suddenly shifted to eggs and fatty meat, my digestion was just crazy. I feel like everything just went through me. I couldn't keep in the fats in my system, so I had a lot of diarrhea. My stomach would just be rumbling all day long. And I found what helped is just lowering the fat and eating smaller meals, not too much in one sitting. So that was the main issue. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so you just did that little switch and then it started getting better after that?
Yes.
That's awesome. And so now that you've been carnivore for about a year, so what after effects do you have? How are you feeling now? What has improved?
I think the biggest after effect is my confidence. It is just the best I have ever felt in my whole life, because I don't obsess over the number on the scale anymore. I instead focus on things that actually matter, like my studies, my music making. I really just enjoy life. I spend time with loved ones, friends, my boyfriend, and I just focus on being in the moment. And I really believe that diet supports your mental health and your emotional health to be able to do that. So I feel like that's the biggest benefit I have gained.
That's awesome. And were there any other effects that you had? Like, did you? I know you
Yeah.
said weight was an issue.
Yes. So physically, my weight has dropped and it's just effortless. I don't have to work out and go crazy in the gym to look and feel a certain way, right? And I believe that the carnivore diet completely just helps your body go in the direction that it's meant to go. I have absolutely no bloating and I get to eat foods that are absolutely delicious, right? And so much of it. And the mental clarity as a musician, it's so important because I have to sit down and practice hours a day, and I can do that easily when I'm fasted, and I can look forward to a great meal at the end of the day. So it's really a life hack to save so much time, and it gives me a lot of freedom because I know exactly what I'm going to cook every day.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds like you got a lot of out of the carnivore diet, lots of freedom, weight loss, and that's
Yeah.
so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Yeka.